Perhaps one of the most powerful applications of iMindMap and mind mapping is the generation of new ideas for creativity. So why is it such a powerful creative tool? Well, it boils down to the way a mind map is structured. It consists of a radiant flow of branches and sub-branches emanating from a central idea. The structure mirrors the way the brain organizes information, which is through relationships by association. Now, there are two ways association is organized within the brain, and of course the mind map. The first is through chains, and the second is through hooks. Now, association by chains, if you think of one idea and allow your mind to freely associate, it will think of another, then another, then another, and so on. The connection between the two might be very tenuous, but it might be obvious. It doesn't really matter because for some reason your brain triggers each idea stimulated by the previous idea. Imagine it's like walking through a long corridor, and each time you generate a new idea, you have to open another door to go further down the corridor. Now, association by hooks is slightly different. This is the other way we organize our associations. One idea can trigger several related ideas, each one associated to the original theme. Using our door analogy again, imagine standing in a circular hallway that has multiple doors leading off from it. The brain then combines these two processes to create its map of the information, and this is reflected in the way iMindMap structures its representation of the information. So generating ideas is really very simple. All we need to do is take the mind map and let it do what it naturally does for us, and then we use it to capture whatever comes to mind. Okay, it's a bit of a simple way of looking at it, but in reality that's all you need to do, provided you've primed the mind to focus on a particular challenge or problem you want to solve. Stimulate it with idea generation activity, and then capture that output. When you use iMind mapping to do this, what happens is the capture of the ideas in mind map form triggers the generation of yet more ideas, which compounds, leaving you with a staggering burst of creativity. Now, iMindMap has the speed mind map mode, because capturing the generation of ideas is possible by hand, but it can lead to problems in deciphering what you've written later on if you've got messy handwriting that you can't read. Remember, you will be scribbling down the ideas as they come, and they will come very, very quickly. Fortunately, in iMindMap, it has a speed mind mapping mode to help you with this. Now, you can access that by going to the mode icon in the menu bar. So, the secret to creativity, well, there's no real hidden secret, despite what I'm putting on the screen here. However, I can reveal that there are improvements in your ability to generate ideas. It's not about something different that you do on top of what you're doing, but it's about something that you do to something you stop doing that's holding you back. You see, as you start to generate ideas, it's likely that you'll judge them as they come to mind, and will edit them by discarding them early on, because they might not appear relevant. It's a big mistake. The secret to creativity is a generation of a huge quantity of ideas, and not lots of quality ideas. The quality of ideas will come later on, often when we think we've exhausted all possibilities. And they're often a combination of two or more ideas that may not have been considered on their own at first, so don't edit. And finally, using iMindMap with other creativity tools is really powerful. Mind mapping itself is a powerful mechanism in its own right, but when you combine it with other processes like de Bono's 6 thinking hats, for example, you can develop a potent idea generation mechanism. So the only way to do it and is to try it out for yourself. So mind mapping for creativity is a very, very powerful tool, and we encourage you to use it and try it and see how many ideas you can come up with. That was another tip, trick or technique for getting the most from Buzan's iMindMap from iMindMap user at www.imindmapuser.com. If you don't have a copy of the software, simply click on the link below this video right now and get your free 7-day trial.